ain't hear no talking. Had nothing to do with anybody else. They can talk all they want to, but I just was so cold that I didn't want nobody saying nothing. The family was up here first, and the bishop was saying something Shane. He was saying over and over and over again. So I told him, I said, that's where Shane get that from. Because he says things over and over and over again. He told me, bitch started explaining to me, he's trying to relate a point. I said, okay, you don't have to explain, because when he explains things to me, he'll explain it over and over again. I said, I got it the first time. So anyway, I was just cold. I'm not as cold now, but I was so cold. And Shane was repeating something, and he was repeating something to Shane, telling him something. So Shane was reading the signs we were coming in. He said, Daddy, I think it's the gun show. Anyway, he saw the sign say gun show. And so he was telling his daddy that. And so Bishop started telling him how smart he was and kept on saying it over and over. I can't think how he was saying, but kept telling him over and over. And I was so frustrated by it. They wasn't doing wrong, but I don't like to talk a lot with the first thing in the morning. And so it gets on my nerves. But I thank and praise God that He does not allow us to get on His nerves. He continuously forms us, as we just read. We are clay in God's hands. If we make mistakes and we're martyrs, we're not perfect people, but it's so good to know that we're in the hands of God. And people just tell another person, people tell each other, I'm going to leave you in the hands of the Lord. That's the best hands to be left in. If you think about it, that's the best hands to be left in. Someone told me that one time. They was very cruel and very, had very nasty towards me. But they was trying to say, I guess they was sounding real spiritual. And they told me, I'm going to leave you in the hands of the Lord. So I said, man, tell yourself, good. That's the best hands for you to leave me in instead of yours. Because, sometimes people try to kill you. And I'm thinking that this girl don't like me. She telling me she don't leave me trying to sound all spiritual. But I'm thinking back to myself, I say, she wasn't hurting my feelings. Sometimes they'll tell you that they think they're being more spiritual than you, and they supposed to be hurting your feelings. But I'm so glad that she said it. That's the best hands we make in me. It's the best hands to be in is God's hands. And I've been in His hands. We all have from day one. So we thank and praise God for that being in the hands of the Lord. And in 9th verse it says, do not be exceedingly angry, O Lord, or seriously remember iniquity forever, our iniquity. Behold, consider, we beseech you, we are all your people. Your holy cities have become a wilderness. Zion has become a wilderness. Jerusalem a desolation. Our holy verse, and our holy and our beautiful house, the temple where our fathers praise you is burned with fire, and all our pleasant and desirable places are in ruins. Considering these calamities, will you restrain yourself, O Lord, and not come to our aid? Will you keep silent and not command our deliverance, but humble and afflict us exceedingly? We don't want that. I don't want God to consider my iniquities, and because of them afflict me. And thank God He's not that way. He does not afflict us He did not give me as my sins deserve. So I thank and praise God for that. I didn't plan to be up before you long, but someone went into a store. I was told this, and this was reminding me, I think. But anyway, went into a store. In my version of this is, if that cup could have talked. There was a magnificent cup. There was a beautiful cup in the store. And if that cup could have talked, they didn't say it this way, but this is the way I'm saying it. And they said the cup talked, but if that cup could have talked, as beautiful reminded how beautiful it was, the cup would say, I wasn't always this beautiful. One day, I was a piece of clay, and the potter took me in his hands, he kept molding me and reshaping me, and he'd do it again and over again So I began to say that hurts. The when you're going to be finished, that hurts. And so he said, not yet. And then he would, and after he did that, he put me in an oven. It was so hot in that oven. And I was screaming, saying, please let me out, it's hot in here. And he said, not yet. Smile. He sounded part of a smile and said, not yet. And then he began to put me on a treadmill. And I was just going around. I was going, one something that like a treadmill, in this case, was all around and around. And the cup said, let me out. I'm so tired of being on this wheel. Let me out. Wheel. And so I kept complaining to let me off. I'm so tired of being on this wheel around, I'm getting dizzy. He said, smiled, looked at him and said, not yet. And then he began to paint me all different colors. And the paint was scratching or something to that effect. Didn't want that. But it was beautiful colors though. You finally left me alone because each time I was complaining, he said, not yet. And so then after all that was over, he brought a mirror to me and let me look at myself in the mirror. And he said, the cup would say, I was so beautiful. This is what the point up what I just told you. This is what God does with our lives. At some point, we'll complain. This is hurting me too much. Mm-hmm. I can't go through all this. Mm-hmm. Lord, ease the pain. Mm-hmm. But God says, not yet. In essence, spiritually, that's what he's saying. Not yet. Mm-hmm. And then it gets so hot down here. We'll go through so much. Sister Smells the same as sun. It's hot down there. I don't want to go. It's fire down there. I don't want to go. Sometimes it gets so hot in Brooksville. And so we say, God, it's hot. And I often said this, I don't want to live in here and then mess around and die and go in here. Mm-hmm. It's hot down there. I don't want to go. So, and thinking of that song, I think about Sister Smith because he's singing a lot. And I was reminded through hearing that story about the cup. And in each event, I can kind of understand what the cup was saying. Then the wheel, things that seem to go around and around, we can't avoid life. Mm-hmm. And even going to pass the test, you're going to go right back over the same things again. Mm-hmm. And if I was in school, I would continuously be staying back because if God is not pleased with me, mm-hmm. I handle that thing, whatever I'm going through, I'm going to have to face it again. I had a situation in my community. I had to get along with this person. I could not cause it couldn't get along. They were this difficult person. And so I found myself saying, Lord, I just want to move from over here. So I wouldn't be nowhere near that person. And some of you might know what I'm talking about. But anyway, the person I'm talking about, but I'm not going to call that name. But anyway, I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, why? Because if that would be your reason to move, you're just going to come across somebody else just like that person. You can't get away from people. You can't get away from life. Like it is what it is. I said, Lord, you're right. Mm-hmm. So I can relate to that cup. And then there was time when I said, I can't stand no more. The cup said that. I should have said that. When things had happened and my family was losing a loved one. But anyway, a child, that's devastating. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. If it was my worst enemy, I wouldn't wish it on you because it hurts like somebody stabbed me with a knife. I said, God, why? I asked him why, but he didn't give me an answer. So it is what it is. You go through all kinds of stuff. And I don't care if you're saved or not saved. If you're saved, you still don't go through. It rains on the just as well as the unjust. And you can say whatever you want to say about this situation. I can hear God saying, not yet. When you look back one day over all that stuff you went through, you find yourself happy. You find yourself rejoicing.